Friends, this is a very short video in which I'm going to explain to you the FCRA changes, some of which are already in flight in the sense that they are in effect, and others that will require the law to be amended. So firstly, the rules that have been notified in June this year already make some of these changes under the existing law, which is in effect. So the FCRA Act of 2010. So for example, the first change that's been made is this idea of purpose and geography. So as an organization receiving foreign funding, you need to specify the purpose for that money, and that purpose needs to be on the list of approved activities and obviously not amongst the unapproved activities. And you also need to specify where you will be conducting your operations. So for example, if you're going to expand from one part of India to another part of India, you then need to notify the government and seek clearance for that before you can do that. So some of this kind of already existed, but the rules that have been notified give this much more teeth. So that's bucket one, already in effect. Bucket two, which will require the law to be changed, is this idea of end-to-end traceability of money and reporting. So really what this does is bring a high degree of both scrutiny, but also transparency and accountability to charitable organizations. So, where's the money coming from? Who sent you the money? What are their credentials? Have you checked whether the money is not tainted? So like from an anti-money laundering perspective, who is eventually receiving the money? So this concept of a beneficial owner, this exists in banking. So think of this as like a KYC check that you might go through, know your customer check or customer due diligence check when you open a bank account or you send money overseas, etc. So this will require the law to be changed, but this is a huge part of the proposed amendments. And lastly, the third bucket is this idea of control of assets. So now if you do flout the rules or if your registration is cancelled, what happens then? So the existing law does not have sophisticated mechanisms in terms of dealing with this challenge, and the new amendments create something called the designated authority, which is a specifically created statutory body. Once this law is passed, that will then be responsible for the seizure of your assets should your rules should your certification be revoked. And then obviously it also covers other things like, what are the rules governing that seizure? Is it permanent? Is it temporary? What are your rights of appeal, etc.? So those are the three buckets. Now, if you want to learn more, you'll see on your screen my full video on this topic, but hopefully this was useful.